Here we go. Oh my gosh, this is like, oh, I've not been checking on questions in a while. This one's gonna be good. What's up, socials? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a Q&A because I'm ready for vacation and I didn't really want to do another kind of video. I told you guys on my live stream I am taking a 2-week vacation. That's right. Hit the subscribe button right now so that you get notified on me getting some sort of color in my skin for the first time ever. Just kidding, it's a staycation. You should subscribe to find out how white it can actually just stay. Get it? Stay white, Anyway, I went and told you guys that I'm going on vacation, staycation. I'm taking 2 weeks off from work. That includes videos here on the channel. And before I go, I wanted to do a Q&A. So I told you on the live stream that I wanted your questions. You submitted them to my Instagram and sometimes Twitter. And all of the above is at Schmittastic if you're curious. So let's just get into it. This one is from Don't Kill My Vibe, which is a great name. For YouTube comment section, allow any or approve only. I personally get questionable comments from time to time. Don't we all? I absolutely am a believer that you should not be moderating your comments before they go public. YouTube is a really fun place where we should be able to share our opinions, and that means that the commenters should be able to too. We're not always going to get the best feedback. I mean, this is the internet we're talking about. But there's probably nothing more discouraging than being a commenter and sending your thoughts and putting your feedback down, and maybe you spent a few minutes on that comment and writing it down, and then all of a sudden you hit enter and the reply says, your comment has been submitted for moderation. That's like a blow to my, oh my God, I just spent time on this and you have to moderate it before it's approved. I mean, is that a good thing if you want someone to know that you're gonna read it before it goes public, so it's definitely gonna get read? Maybe there's a dynamic there, but quite frankly, you shouldn't be doing it for the sake of getting questionable comments. We all get questionable comments because there's questionable people out there who have different motives when they come to comment on a video, but just because somebody else has a differing opinion, now you're giving yourself space to go, well, maybe I'll reject that. And that's not fair. It's okay for people to have a differing opinion. You should be happy they're commenting on the video at all. Every time you get a comment on a YouTube video, it is like fuel for that little thing that you made to do better and better on the platform. Thumbs up, comments, do that to this video. Every time that happens, it literally helps the video grow because it's showing YouTube that you have caused somebody to have a feeling in order for them to make the time to comment. So as much as we want to hate on the people that are saying negative stuff in our comments, they're actually helping us a ton. A ton. Organically, to get more reach, you need engagement. Engagement doesn't have to be moderated by YouTube to be powerful as positive or negative. In fact, I talked about this before. If you get a thumbs down on your video, it is interaction. It is engagement. It's probably gonna help. So do not turn on moderation because you're afraid of some negative comments. I might have a little bit of a separate opinion on this because I've been talking to a lot of parents lately who are thinking, Amy, oh my gosh, you know, you're the vlog boss and I wanna get my kid on video because they are desperate to become a YouTuber, but I have some things I gotta work out in order for me to be comfortable for that. So maybe moderation of comments would make sense in that situation, but I also would argue that you should start your kid out on maybe a private only for family members type of place, if that's a YouTube channel or not, like where you can kind of control the environment and get them used to getting criticism in the comments first. So for the most part, I'm gonna say no to this. I'm gonna say you should absolutely just let people comment on your videos, because if you're doing this to be discovered, every single one of them counts. Don't kill my vibe with your negative comments, but please still send them. This one is from Peter Richter. Which is more important on YouTube? Number of subscribers or number of viewers? I thought this was a really good question, which is why I picked it, because I think this is totally arguable and people will have different opinions here and there, but mine is pretty cut and dry. I think subscribers are incredibly valuable. period. When somebody clicks that button, if you, right now, if you click subscribe on my channel because you're watching this video and it's enjoyable, or you hate it but you love to hate things so you want to watch more, I don't know what it is. You've basically built a relationship with me in some way. Spoiler alert, there are a lot of people that have a relationship with me on this channel and are unsubscribed. As a matter of fact, I think it's 40% of my watch time is subscribed viewers. It's actually, I think, 39% in the last 30 days or so, last time I checked. And so everybody else, about 60% of you, are watching this and not subscribed to my channel. So if you think about that just alone, a majority of my watch time is unsubscribed viewers, but they're viewing. So what I would actually argue that number of views and watch time that you're getting is much more important, because that's actually where the value is for YouTube. In addition to you, it's exposure for you. Somebody could see a video, not necessarily feel compelled to subscribe, but they've now had a touch point with you. If they see you again, then you're someone that they recognize, and maybe the subscribe comes at that point. Views are how money is made. Views are how money is made, period. YouTube makes money on views, on watch time, on ads, because of all of those things. Obviously, this is all a part of like a business model. The subscriber aspect of it only fuels more views. When you're subscribed to a channel, you might get a notification when a video goes live. You might get a notification if someone is live streaming. When that happens, if it draws you in because you've told YouTube directly, I want to know about this person or this channel, then they're going to be like, no problem, we'll tell you about it because we want your views. We want your watch time. So if we're actually talking about what is more important, it's definitely going to be views all day long, because if you can show YouTube you bring views and watch time to the platform, they're going to help you to like fuel what's going on here. Again, we're fueling your projects, your videos, your channel as a whole to get promoted organically in search or recommended and things like that, so that ultimately you can reach a larger audience than you would be able to touch directly yourself. Does that mean subscribers aren't important? Absolutely not, because you have to look at the game that is YouTube and say, how are each of these things weighing in on the algorithm that's going to help you? So views are important. Be counting those views. Where did you get high views? Where did you get low views? Where's your audience retention dropping off, which means minutes watched fell off for a video because people got bored. Those are the trends you should pay attention to, not necessarily like, oh, 11 people unsubscribed from this video. Okay, but on the grand scale, does that actually put a huge dent in your subscribers? Probably not. It depends on where you are. If it's 1 and you have a total of 5, that's probably going to be a blow to the ego, but it probably means you're also in a growing stage. By far and away, focus on the views, the watch time. When YouTube changed that analytics platform to say watch time before views, that was the thing they put in your face. First of all, it's a much larger number ideally, so you feel a little bit better, but that's really what they care about. That's what they care about. So if you want YouTube to help you grow, if you want to say what's more important to me, well, what's important to me is impressions, somebody's coming into contact with me. That's a view, and YouTube feels the same way. I probably rambled on about that for so long, but I do think that that is quite the discussion item for a lot of growing creators. All right, moving on. Ooh, something not video related. This is from Michael. I'm always afraid I'm not going to say Michael's name correctly because he spells it a little different, but Michael, if it's not Michael, you just let me know. I'm really good at mispronouncing things. I have an 11-letter last name, so that could be part of the reason why I don't feel that bad. Hi, Amy. Could you recommend some tools for newsletters? Which one do you use? A lot of you may already know this, but my go-to resource for email newsletters is Aweber. If you go to savvysexysocial.com/Aweber, you will get a 60-day free trial to check it out. I've been using them since 2011. They're a fabulous sponsor of this channel. They do help me do that series that I do once a month called Boss Status, and another one will be coming later in June when I'm back from vacation. You know, I like to talk about vacation like a lot. I like a lot. P.S. It's 2:01 and I am 1 minute late for my appointment with my assistant. But I'm just going to have to let her know I'm busy and I took way too long to start filming today. Dear Malia, I'm running late. I'll see you in a few minutes. Miss you. Love. Amy. Okay, where were we? But yeah, I'm definitely a fan of Aweber because it gives you a little bit more flexibility in terms of going pro versus being very beginner, and they have a fabulous support staff. So big fan of Aweber. Check out my affiliate link if you want to. It's at savvysexysocial.com/Aweber. Link is in the description. Ronak wanted to know, should a new creator join a multi-channel network? I don't think I'm going to have an easy answer to this. If you don't know what an MCN is, a multi-channel network is essentially this place where you can go to work with a company that can offer you resources and connections in order to grow as a YouTube channel, or I think they work with a lot of other platforms now. It's not just YouTube, but it really did start off the back of all these creators on YouTube that couldn't necessarily get in contact with support at YouTube all the time. It's a very small staff compared to how many creators there are. MCNs helped kind of facilitate that relationship and kind of keep everything on the up and up and help make collaborations happen. Collaborations are where they really got a lot of people to sign on the dotted line, because I think there was an impression that if you joined a certain MCN, that if some 2 million subscriber channel was also with that MCN, that you'd just be able to get an email intro and work together. And it does not work that way. Over time, I think the MCNs got much more clear about the fact that they don't guarantee those collaborations. But at this point, and even at that point, I have always said that I don't think it's worth it. I don't think that you should ever sign over your Google AdSense account, the one thing that's monetarily connected to your YouTube channel, to a company that's guaranteeing you a rate of money per 1,000 views that could be less or more than Google would have offered you in the first place. In addition to the fact that you might be giving up the ownership rights to your content. I think we've seen a lot of sad stories about people just signing these contracts and not knowing what they're getting into, and they're probably locked in for at least a year. So no, I don't think it's a good idea because it's really not going to do anything for you. But if we're being real, if you're a new creator and you have zero going on your channel and not a whole lot to offer in terms of value to an MCN, they're probably not looking for you anyway. Ronak also wanted to know why I didn't go to CES 2017. It was the first time in like 6 years that I did not go, and it was because I was launching my book, Vlog Like a Boss. Good excuse? I think so. Kim wants to know, my channel is lifestyle and entertainment. I feel like there's not a lot of value. Any marketing tips for entertainers? Here's the thing, we're all providing value on some level. Doesn't matter if it's like quick tips or tutorials or entertainment. It's across the board. If it's designed for your viewer, you're still marketing something to them, and so you have to kind of find a way to get on their radar in order for them to want to stay tuned to you. If you think that your lifestyle and entertainment channel doesn't have a lot of value, then I would just ask you, why would someone watch? And you have to get really clear around that. It's very easy for us as creators to say, oh, I don't know why anyone would watch this channel. I just do what I want, or I thought it was good and now I don't. It's really easy for us to get into our own head about it, which is why you need to know who your viewer is, who is that viewer persona. I talk about it in the book. Charlotte is my girl. I'm talking to you right now, girl. And that's how I stay connected with her to make sure that this experience is valuable throughout. That's how I design my content. That's how you would design your entertainment or your lifestyle, things that have to do with that. Vlog about your life. It's how you talk to the camera. So getting really clear on that is super important, and it's going to be the best marketing tip you could ever have. You can look at the camera like it's an individual, name that person, know that person, think about how they commute to work and how many kids they have, and do they have a job, do they not, what does that look like? The more you know what that is and who that person is, you will know how to talk to them on camera, you'll know how to market to them, and everything will be around that. You can take advice from everybody else and get those core tips and those processes like you might from my book or channels here or anywhere. But if you don't know who that person is, none of it's going to matter. If you just make a channel to make yourself happy, you've only guaranteed yourself as a viewer going forward. I don't think you're here to learn more about that. This question is from Eileen. She emailed me and said, as a newcomer to YouTube, is there a magic number of followers you should be striving for before considering a strategy for monetizing your channel? Eileen, if you're talking about sort of like the traditional partner monetization that's happening on YouTube, there's definitely not a minimum. I think you just basically have to tell them and sign off on all the things saying you're interested in doing that, and that would be fine. If you're worried about it from the perspective of reaching out to sponsors and saying like, oh, well, I don't have that many subscribers, but work with me, I mean, you really can't hinder yourself, because if you do, I mean, any one of us could do that. I have 60,000 subscribers on YouTube, but on the grand scale, what does that actually mean? I could tell myself that I'm not worth, I don't have a big enough community in order to be able to work with some brand, but if I was able to package value for them that made sense, and their thing actually made sense to incorporate into my videos so that it's actually valuable for the audience and not just selling out for the sake of selling out, then why not? I don't think that there is this magic number. To answer the question quickly, there's no such thing as the magic number. It's literally, do you have real influence? I mean, because that's a big question. I just saw finally an article the other day about the fact that we're now having to come up with this concept of whitelist versus blacklist of influencers and who brands want to work with, because it's such a variable as to whether or not you're going to get someone that is actually going to make sense to partner with. Number of followers is not the end all be all. And I've been saying this forever. I tweeted it to Vincenzo. I was like, oh my God, I told you it's not going to be about followers forever. Look, look, look. And I was so like pleased about that, because it should be more than just a number. It should be about your 1,000 true fans and the fact that they trust you and they'll listen to what you think that they should do going forward. I mean, this is just, we're building relationships. You should be able to prove that there is a real relationship there. It doesn't matter how many. Can you prove that they're even in existence? And so that's what I think is the most important thing. Instead of focusing on what that number is, focus on what you've got and how you can get to the next milestone and what you can do to take advantage of what you have right now in this moment. Position it that way. All right, that's all the questions for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. The best thing that you can do for me right now is not forget about me. Please, please, please don't forget about me. I promise to be back. I'm just going to take a couple weeks off. My birthday is this Wednesday, and I just thought it was appropriate to allow myself some time not checking email and making videos for once in a really, really long time. So that's the goal. Please subscribe to this channel so that you get notified when I come back, because I promise to be firing at all cylinders at that point in time, and you're really going to love what I have in store for you this summer. If I answered one of your questions, thank you so much for submitting it, and make sure if any of these questions was potentially on your mind and helped you, hit that like button on this video. It helps me a ton. As I said, we've got to fuel the video for it to take off. So thank you. Until next time, please remember, it's up to you to do the work to go after the life that you want. Cheers. I'm going on vacation. Let's go.